disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for the fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing nonprofit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair. All topics are for entertainment purposes only. None of the information presented in this video or by B-Girl TV should be taken as fact. Every situation is based on personal experience. Hey guys, if you or someone you know is visiting Panama and looking for an amazing time, check out Rum and Brunch, the first and only Afro-Caribbean brunch and day party in Panama City. Trust and believe, this is an event like no other. We play hip-hop, reggae, R&B, dancehall, soca, compa, and more. Log on to www.bgrltv.com/events or rumandbrunch.com/events and take a look at our events calendar to see what other events that we have going on, because trust me, you do not want to miss one of our events, okay? Us on all social media platforms at Rum and Brunch PTY on Instagram, Rum and Brunch PTY on TikTok. Join us on Facebook and stay tuned for all the other events that we have going on. We have Martin Luther King weekend where we have Rum and Brunch weekend, an event that you do not want to miss. So hope to see you guys there. Anyway guys, peace and love. Hey guys, Hey y'all, welcome back to another live stream by yours truly, your V-Girl. You know, if you know me from Brooklyn, you call me Shayna. If you know me from my channel, you were like, oh yeah, that's the V-Girl. Anyway guys, welcome to this live. I told you guys I was going to be more consistent. Look at me. This is day 2 now. Day 2 now of our live stream. Your girl I'm doing what I said I was going to do, okay? Let's see if I can do a live stream every single day for the next, well, not every day, because Saturday, you know, I'm not doing no live stream on Saturday, and I'm definitely not doing a live stream on Sunday. But Monday through Friday, I'm trying to do a live stream every single day for 30 days. Pray for me. Anyway, guys, what is up? Let me go to the comment section and see. So if you see me looking over here, it's because the camera's there. Hi. Guys, I told you guys, I know Maya was like, oh, we want you to go back to doing your live streams like how you used to do it, you know, with all the special effects and everything that was going on. But here we are, my beautiful people. Let's see what I have before we get into today's topic. Hold on, let me see, child. Because I literally like wrote everything down so I won't forget everything, because I know some people have been complaining saying like I'm all over the place, but yeah. Welcome guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the live stream. Okay, so today's topic is going to be, we're talking about Afro-Caribbean culture in Panama and the death of it. Okay, I'm gonna end up changing this title later on when this live stream is over, but we're gonna talk about the death of Afro-Caribbean culture in Panama. Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about. So before we start this video, like I said, thank you guys for tuning in. Those of you who are going to be watching on the replay, thank you guys for watching on the replay and taking your time to view this live stream. I need for you guys to make sure you like, share, and comment. I don't even care if you want to insult me. You do it anyway. So just leave a comment in the comment section. Let me go check to see who's in the... If you're on Instagram or whatever, log on to our YouTube channel, to my YouTube channel, and so that you can join the conversation. Unfortunately, I'm only streaming on Instagram just so the people on Instagram can make their way down here on the YouTube, but I won't be able to engage with you guys. So yeah. Like I said, guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, you know, it's free. I'm not asking you to do anything. I know it makes you so sad, but we're going to really like dive into the reason why. Okay. And so I want to give a quick preview on what's going on. So this weekend, I have the start of my Tropical Vibe Saturday event. So if you guys are in Panama, visiting Panama, know somebody that's in Panama, you know, check out the website. The website is live, www.vgirltv.com. Hit the events tab to see what events we got coming up. You can get your tickets for this weekend on the website. The early bird tickets is $10. After that, at the door price is gonna go up. So make sure you get your tickets ASAP. People have a problem that I talk with my hands, but this is what I do, okay? Y'all don't have nothing to say when Italians are talking like this, but let it be me. Let it be me. Y'all want to comment and say, "Oh, I'm getting all this stuff." Oh well, I'm in a business. All right. So yeah, follow me on my Rum and Brunch page, Rum and Brunch PTY. And you can also follow me on IG at I am Shayna V. So yeah, let's dive into this topic. So who's in here so far? Cinco de Luna. Hi. Who else is in here? Shout out to everybody that is tuned in on Facebook. Shout out to everybody that is tuned in on YouTube. All right. So let's dive into this topic. Okay. Oh wait, before we get into that, because someone wants to know like what's good with me. Guys, I haven't really been doing vlogs because my house is under I'm remodeling my kitchen right now. I don't even have a stove. Okay, so I have to buy food every single day or go to my mother's house like a bum with my two kids at my mom's house to go get to beg food because I can't cook anything. Okay, so guys, if you are in Panama and you're trying to do any if you're trying to remodel your home, my mom had to use Tandoor. I don't know if you guys know Tandoor, but Tandoor is like this company that like they specialize in furnitures and like kitchen, and do they do bedrooms? I don't remember seeing like much stuff about kitchen about bedroom. Mostly like kitchen supplies or whatever. And like flooring and stuff. So I had what they do is they send like an architect to your house. They take like measurements of your my website is going off, guys. So you're gonna hear this going off a little bit. And then the architect takes a measurement of your kitchen, for example, like my house. I'm doing my kitchen, and then that you have to go meet with a representative at Tandoor, and then they create like a digital sketch, and you tell them like what you want for your house, like how you want your kitchen to look or whatever, like if you want these type of cabinets, whatever. I'm not sure that's how they do it in the States because I didn't own a house in the States, so I don't know how they do it. And so basically that's what I did, pay my money. They don't want to give me a date when they're going to give me my furniture. First, she told me 15 days. Then she told me 20 days. Then she told me 30 days. And I'm kind of just annoyed right now with this whole situation. But yeah, I don't even have a kitchen. I don't have a kitchen. They gutted the wall. They like literally gut. The only thing that I have is my refrigerator. I got my air fryer on the floor. Like if I want to make anything, I got to use the air fryer on the floor. And I'm using a plug-in stove that I use for like my hookah. It's a mess. So yeah, so you won't be seeing much vlogs because I don't have nothing going on in my kitchen right now. So that's that with me. All right, so Rum and Brunch update. Gave you guys that information. If you are interested in visiting Panama and you want that true experience from me, because I know a lot of you guys be reaching out like, oh my God, what is there to do in Panama? And some of you guys don't even follow me, but you're DMing me and asking me to plan out whole itineraries for you. It's crazy. But if you do want to come to Panama, um, Martin Luther King weekend will be the best weekend if you want to hang out with me and be on my type of time. Okay. You know, I know where the vibes is at. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So we're gonna talk about Afro-Caribbean culture in Panama City. Okay. Well, in Panama, period. And so, for those of you who've been following me from day one, you guys already know the reason why I started Rum and Brunch is really to preserve the Afro-Caribbean culture in Panama. For those of you who do not know, because there's people who still do not know, just yesterday I was talking to my friend, and she was like how she was in the grocery store, or she was in some store, and there was a Jamaican lady in the store. And so the Jamaican lady said, now, mind you, my friend is black. Okay. She is a beautiful chocolate sister with dreads in her hair. And she has an accent, a clear West Indian accent when she's talking English. She was born and raised in Panama. And she said that when she was in the store, there was a Jamaican lady in the store, and obviously the Jamaican lady, well, not obviously, because they are Jamaicans that know how to speak Spanish, but this particular Jamaican woman did not know how to speak Spanish. So she was helping the lady with the purchase. And so the lady turns around and she says to her, like, oh, where you learned English from? And she's like, what do you mean? Where did I learn English from? Like, what are you asking me? And she's like, oh, you a Spanish girl. How you know English? And she's like, oh, don't call me Spanish girl. Cause if my grandmother ever heard you calling us Spanish, or even we saying that we Spanish, and it would be a problem. And that is so true, because, in certain families, that Panamanian families, especially if you come from English speaking people, and you call them Spanish, they're gonna look at you like you crazy. They're like, what? No, we're not Spanish. So what they would consider Spanish is people that, you know, mestizos, or people that come from Spanish descent. But if you Black and you come from like Caribbean descent, Afro-Antillians, or what people would say is Chumbo, they do not consider themselves Spanish. And I noticed that, like, a lot of Jamaicans, when they come here, they be like, "Oh yeah, the Spanish people, and I'm like, man, you look the same. So why would you even, like, how does that intertwine? Like, I don't know. Okay, it's very weird." Hey girl, hi Freddie. I know you haven't seen me in a long time because I haven't been live often, but I'm gonna be live every day for 30 days. Well, not every day, Monday through Friday. Monday through Friday, I'll be on live around this time. Yeah, exactly. Like, if you call like an Afro-Antillian, or somebody like you and I, if you call them Spanish people, your family will be like, "Oh, you crazy?" Like, no. And I've even had people in my family will be like, "Oh yeah, them like Spanish man, or the Spanish them, or the Panya them, or whatever." That's what they would say. So when you hear like a Jamaican or a Trinidadian or a Guyanese or any other West Indian people, and they're in Panama, and you clearly look, okay, like a Black person, racially, and you speak in a certain type of tone or dialect or whatever, and they refer to you as a Spanish girl or a Spanish man or the Spanish girl, or the Spanish, that's offensive. I don't know if Jamaican people know that, but that is really offensive. People take that very offensive. She said, that's how my family is. It annoys me when Jamaicans do that to me. And I'm like, we're cousins. What you mean? Yeah, Jamaicans, especially, they're good for that. Okay. Shout out to my Jamaican people, the yardies them, the yardie them. But yes, y'all are annoying when y'all do that, because it's like, no. All right. No. Okay, so one of the issues that I feel about with the reality of Afro-Caribbean culture in Panama, with doing events like Rum and Brunch, the culture is definitely disappearing. I feel like that generation, for example, the generations like my parents and stuff, those are the generations, that generation, like my dad, my mom, my grandmother, that generation, they were second and third generation West Indian people. So when I say West Indian people, I don't only mean like Jamaicans. I mean people, Caribbean people that came to Panama specifically to work on the canal, and stayed here and had family here and migrated here, and um end up making Panama their home. And but for some reason, that generation of people, they really preserved their culture. And I can tell you this for true. Hear me, for true. Wow. I can tell you this for real, because I remember having a conversation with my grandma. My grandmother did not speak Spanish properly. Okay. Her name was Etlin Brown. My grandmother did not speak Spanish properly at all. Like, si usted piensa que mi español es machucado, tenía que entender a mi abuela. Mi abuela, el español de mi abuela era horrible. O sea, mi abuela no sabía nada de español, absolutamente nada. El español de mi abuela era demasiado machucado. My grandmother did not know nothing. Okay. She spoke her whatever she spoke. And I used to say to her, like, Dad, Grandma, you were born and raised in Panama. Why don't you know how to speak English? Like, what is the reason why? Why don't you know how to speak English? And my grandmother's reply was, oh, because she went to an English school. She said, oh, no, because I went to an English school. You got to understand, I know, people don't want to face this reality, and they don't want to, like, admit that this happened, but it did happen. I've done a video on this and I got a lot of flack about this. But there was a time in Panama where Black West Indian people that came to Panama to build a canal were discriminated against. And they were not allowed to go to the schools in Panama. This is not a lie. This is facts. And if anybody tried to debate me on this, I'm going to pull out the receipts. Okay? I'm going to pull out the receipts. They were not allowed to attend school in Panama. So what happened was the West Indian people, they had their own school. So they built their own school, and obviously, they had their own teachers, they had their own school, and the curriculum was in English, right? So that's the reason why a lot of them didn't know how to speak Spanish, even though they were born and raised in Panama. They didn't know how to speak English because they didn't go to Panamanian school. They didn't go to local Panamanian schools to learn how to and wasn't taught Spanish. So my grandmother did not speak Spanish. Like, she was around her own people. Remember, back in those days, these areas in Colón, these areas in Rio Bajo was predominantly infiltrated with a lot of Caribbean people, and the culture was there. So people would they would really, like, basically stick to themselves. Like, oh, if your grandparents is Jamaican or I'm a descendant, oh, we're going to hang out with each other. My dad told me that back in Colón, mostly everybody knew how to speak English. I know people that are what you would consider Spanish people, the Spanish man, and they're from Colón. And when you look at them, you would never think that they spoke English. But when you have a conversation with them and you say to them, yo, how did you learn how to speak English? They will tell you, de la calle. Or basically saying that they learned how to speak Spanish from the street, like their friends or whatever. I met a man, as a matter of fact, during Rum Brunch weekend, that worked at the port where we were leaving from to go on to get the yacht, the catamaran. I'm sorry, and he was. When you look at him, you be like, yo, he's a straight up español. Like, he looked straight up mestizo, straight up Spanish, and yo, the man was like talking, like, because he's seen, okay, so the car that I have has a big Colón flag in the front. And the reason why it has a big Colón flag is because that car was my uncle's car, who passed away. And he left it for me before he passed away. He left me the car, and I never took the flag off because he was from Colón and he loved it. And so I always left it there. So every time I drive, people be like, oh, tú eres de Colón, tú eres colonense. I'm not from Colón, but my whole entire family is. So I guess I'm from Colón by injection, maybe. I don't know, by blood. And so when he saw that, he's like, oye, amiga, tú eres de Colón. And I'm like, oh, no, yo no soy de Colón, pero mi mamá y mi abuela y todo el mundo son de Colón. He's like, yo, hey, yo soy de Colón, whopping there. And I'm like, what? Oh, yeah, the man had a whole conversation, and he straight up sound like he was a Caribbean man from Colón. Like, the man was like, yeah, I said, oh, yeah, ¿dónde tú aprendiste inglés? And then he said, what you mean? I'm from Colón. I'm from Colón. Of course I want to speak English. And I was so in shock. And I'm like, this is the type of person that you will walk in the street. Not me, but people have a tendency of doing this. And we'll talk about the person, not realizing that the person do speak English, and the person will answer your ass back. And you will be like, let's go to the comment section, guys, because the comment section is lit right now. It says, my grandmother told me that her mom didn't speak Spanish and she lived in Limon and Panama most of her life. Yep. I know some people in Bocas don't even speak Spanish well. Yes, it's definitely very sad to hear. This is true documented history. My grandmother has stories. Okay, so this is actually a good question. I wonder if Afro-colonians went through the similar things. Believe it or not, the Afro-colonials and the West Indians, they had a little tiki-tiki. You understand what I'm saying? Because remember, the Afro-colonians are people that came directly from Africa to Panama. They were colonized by the Spaniards. So they did not really relate to the Afro Antillians. So they kind of had like a little bit of, because they didn't want people to be like, oh no, they're not one of them. It's just like Black Americans and Caribbean Americans in the States. You know exactly what I mean. So I don't even want people to act like I don't know what I'm talking about. If you call a West Indian person, or if you assume that they're Black American, they're going to be like, I am not Black American. No. And vice versa. So that is kind of like what was transpiring in that situation. Exactly. People from Bocas, no. The one thing that I appreciate about people in Bocas and the culture in Bocas is that they still keep the culture alive. I mean, they call it like wadi wadi because I've been to Bocas plenty of times, and Bocas people call patois or broken English wadi wadi. Not too many. I don't know, like too many people now, like my age group, not even my age group, but maybe like in their 20s that are really, really speaking English like before, because I know people from Bocas. Like I know plenty of people from Bocas. And they don't really speak English like that. And I get it. Like the younger generation, I don't know. It's like they're losing this culture. But one thing I will say, one country that I do respect for keeping their culture is Costa Rica. Costa Rica, Limon, they keep their culture alive. Like they don't play. They do not play. Are there still tension? I think that we have become a society, well, Panamanian society has become so embedded in like mixed, everyone's like mixed. I don't really see that I don't see that really. I really don't. I don't know if somebody else have experienced it or whatever, but me personally, I have not experienced it. I haven't seen it. So yeah. Um, I don't think that's honestly still exists. But if somebody disagrees, please leave it in the comment section. Please leave your experience. And I can only tell you what my experience was and how I feel. So now the struggles, okay? So one of the biggest issues that I feel why the culture is dying down is because of the lack of representation. And I will say that it is extremely true. And there's also changes in the social scene. So for example, I remember my era 2000, okay, in the 2000, 1990s, there was reggae and dancehall was the shit in Panama, okay? Reggae and dancehall was a shit. Everybody was doing pasa pasa, what they call pasa pasa, like the dancing, whatever. We loved Panamanians, love reggae and dancehall. Like reggae and dancehall was at its height. There were so many clubs, they had like events, a lot of reggae and dancehall events. And now I think this new generation, again, it boils down to like us as parents or just social norms about introducing our children or trying to embed that in their culture, in the culture, for your kids to want to pick it up. And let me tell you something, it is so true because my son, my son was born in America, but he's been in Panama since he was 4 years old. He's now 15. He's about to graduate. Shout out to me. I'm having a graduating kid that is going to high school. If you are from Panama, you know that Panamanian schools, they graduate at ninth grade. In America, the kids graduate at eighth grade. So my son is graduating this year. Shout out to me. Pat on my back for being that mother to my son. But even like with my son, like when we were in New York, when we were in the States, I still do. I listen to a lot of soca. I listen to a lot of reggae. I listen to a lot of dancehall. I listen to a lot of roots. I listen to even Haitian music, compa. I listen to that. Like I listen to a lot of it. And when my son was growing up, when he was much younger, he used to listen to soca music too. When we moved here now, as he started getting older and like, having friends and having a social life, he thinks my music is crazy. Like he's listening to Panamanian urban music. He's listening to like, I can't even say reggaeton because it's not even like Bad Bunny. He doesn't listen to like Bad Bunny. He listens to Panamanian music, like Panamanian urban music. And I think the other day I overheard him listening to salsa last night. I don't even know. I don't listen to that. The only time I listen to salsa is if I'm like at a Panamanian function, a family event, and they playing the same old songs that they play, Gilberto Santa Rosa, Oscar de Leon, the same Panamanian songs that they play all the time. Yeah, my son is definitely yeah, girl. Yeah, he is Panamanian for real. He is definitely not trying to listen to any of the music that I listen to or any of the music that my dad listens to, which is crazy because, you know, my dad used to, growing up, our household was very much like we listened to everything. My dad listened to everything. Sunday, he listening to, sorry, y'all, my phone is just like going off. People be really having audacity. Hold on, y'all. People really be having audacity, y'all. Somebody just asked me for a favor. After they done asked me for a whole Panama itinerary, they don't even follow me on Instagram. Now they asking me for a favor. Anyway, I just can't. Back to the topic. Because this generation didn't grow up with their West Indian grandparents. But my son is growing up with his grandparents, and my grandparents are West Indian Panamanians. Like we go to my mother's house on Sunday, we eating rice and peas, stewed chicken, curry chicken. We eating that. My son don't like curry chicken. He want arroz con guandú. No, he doesn't even eat guandú. Arroz con poroto, arroz con pollo. O sea, he only eats like paña food, like what you would consider paña food. Honestly, I honestly really don't get it. And then there was like at one point, like my son was talking to me in Spanish, and I'm looking at him like, dude, why are you talking to me in Spanish? Like, what are you talking about right now? Oh my god. That is so I can understand why, like I can see how the culture is like slowly dying because I'm living it right now. I'm living it right now. I'm like, dude, why are you talking to me in Spanish? We was outside one day and I was regañando him. Now hear me. I was yelling at him about something that he did. He's like, ay, pero mama, ¿por qué tú tienes que aportar así? And I'm like, why are you talking to me in Spanish? Like I'm looking at him like, why? What I'm not understanding. Like, why are you talking to me in Spanish? And so, like, for people that I know, like my cousins and stuff, and they don't speak English, I'm like, why you don't speak English? Like, and then they grow up with my grandmother, which is crazy because I'm like, you grow up with my grandmother. You had my grandmother more time than me. So why don't you speak English? And now I understand because they would talk to their parents back in Spanish, and then their parents would just respond to them back in Spanish. But me, I'm not talking to my kids in Spanish. I'm like, and then my daughter, the baby, so she obviously we speak English to her. She goes to school, her school, they speak Spanish. And the crazy thing about my daughter is that she's only 3 years old, but she knows who to speak English to and who to speak Spanish to. It's so crazy because with me, she won't speak to me in Spanish. With the babysitter, she won't speak to the babysitter in Spanish either. With my parents, she won't speak to them in Spanish. But with her teacher, she'll speak to them in Spanish. The guy that, like my handyman that does the work in my house, she'll speak to him in Spanish also. And I'm like, just so crazy because I was just telling my dad yesterday, I'm like, yo, it's so crazy that she knows who to speak Spanish to and who not to speak Spanish to. To her dad, she speaks to her dad in English. To her grandmother on her dad's side, when her grandmother on her dad's side tried to talk to her in Spanish, she was looking at her like she crazy, like, why is this lady speaking to me in Spanish? But when she sees her teachers, she's talking to the teachers in Spanish. Yeah, they'll answer in Spanish, but I tell me, I'll be like, don't play with me. Like, don't do that. Don't play with me. And people who don't understand, 9 out of 10 times, the person who makes this comment don't live in Panama, never lived in Panama, don't know nothing about Panama, probably visited once or twice and think that they're an expert in Panama and life in Panama. And they want to come in my comments and tell me I'm doing a disgrace to my children by speaking to them in English, not knowing anything. My child, my kid, my son speaks both English and Spanish fluently. My son's Spanish is so perfect that he speaks better Spanish than both of my parents that were born and raised here. So, um, let's see. All right, so let's talk about music and food. So, like, wait, let's go to the comment section. Let's see what it says here. Meanwhile, it was the fight between my parents why me and my sis not bilingual. Now we're regretting it now. Our Spanish is not very good looking. But see, this is the problem, right? So I strongly believe that if you live in Panama and your kids are going to a school that is predominantly Spanish, then you should be speaking to your kids in English if you speak English. If you were in the States now, right, in America, and you should have been speaking Spanish to your kids at home because they were going to learn English in the house. That is one of the things that I feel like I kind of had the upper hand with my parents because even though we spoke English, we were so like surrounded around other Panamanians. Like one of my closest friends who's getting married, shout out to Diane this weekend. She, her mom and my mom went to school together and we grew up together. So I was in her sweet 16, her sister's sweet 16. We were basically like we grew up together. And so just like her, there's a whole bunch of other people in the Panamanian community from Brooklyn that I actually grew up with. And so me growing up with them and around their parents and them coming to my parents' house and vice versa, we learned. Like I can speak Spanish better, obviously, because I've been living in Panama, so I don't have no choice. This is something that we speak every single day. My Spanish is not perfect, but ustedes me van a entender. So it is what it is. My sister, on the other hand, she doesn't speak it pretty well because she doesn't practice it often. Learning another language is something that you have to continuously practice on a daily basis. And so like my sister, she doesn't really have any Panamanian friends because she thinks she's from Grenada. My sister thinks she's from Grenada. She only hang out with a bunch of Grenadian people. So yeah, they don't speak no Spanish. And so yeah, her group of friends are a little bit different. I have Panamanian friends. I have a lot of Panamanian friends and people from the Panamanian community that I grew up with. I also have Jamaican friends, and my daughter's godfather is Jamaican, for God's sakes. I have friends from Barbados, from Trinidad. But again, that core relationship and friendships are Panamanian. So that's why, I learned. Yeah, she thinks she from Grenada, y'all. My sister swears she from Grenada. I'd be like, it cracks me up because they be like, "Oh yeah, my cousin," and I'm like, "Girl, since when you have Grenadian cousins, child?" Anywho, so yeah, so like the food, okay, because I stay going off topic. So the music and the food and why reggae, dancehall, Caribbean food aren't as prominent as they should be. Honestly, I grew up on ground food. We still grow up on ground food. We grew up on cow foot soup, chicken foot soup. I don't eat chicken foot soup, but make sure I don't see no chicken in my soup and we're good. No chicken foot in my soup and we straight. I grew up on rice and peas, stew chicken. I grew up on those curry chicken. I grew up on those meals, right? And so honestly, I don't know. Like there's not that many Jamaican restaurants in Panama. And it could be because in order for you to have real authentic Jamaican food, my personal opinion, do not shoot the messenger, because some of y'all be real disrespectful, okay? And I'm gonna start cursing y'all out. Nah, I don't care if you follow or not. I'm gonna start cursing y'all out. But um, I think that because of Panama laws and Panama's labor laws are weird, right? So, for example, if you're going to have a Jamaican restaurant, obviously you're going to want to have Jamaican chef. You want to have authentic Jamaican ingredients. You want to be able to have those things. But Panama law makes it really difficult for you to hire people from Jamaica. So imagine you bringing somebody from Jamaica, a chef from Jamaica to cook in your restaurant, then you got to deal with, you know, these people that's coming around every minute to try to ticket you to make sure you have Panamanian employees working there and all kind of stuff. So I think that plays a major role in that. And then I knew somebody that had a Jamaican truck in Real, and I'm not about to sugarcoat nothing for none of y'all. Okay, I don't owe nobody nothing. Nobody do not pay for a dime on here. I am not sponsored, so I'm gonna tell you the God honest truth. There was a Jamaican restaurant in Real, and the people from Real that own restaurants, I'm not saying no names, okay? They were low-key jealous of the Jamaican restaurant, and they had a lot of like issues going back that the Jamaican restaurant had to close down. Okay. It was like a Jamaican food truck. They ended up having to close down. And to me, I'm like, that's crazy, because it doesn't matter. Like, there's enough money for everybody. There's enough people in this country that people could eat. It's okay to have friendly competition. So that restaurant closed down. Then there was another Jamaican restaurant in Panama that had really good food. The chef, I don't know what happened to the chef, but the same chef that was working there, that was making the food delicious, the chef don't work there no more. Now the food is disgusting. Okay. Disgusting. Nasty. Okay. And then there's another Jamaican restaurant that their food is good, but if the chef is not there, that particular chef is not there to cook the food is not that good, because I have been there and they gave me I had ordered like curry chicken, right? And when I taste the food, it tastes like stewed chicken. And I'm like, you ain't make this. I told the chef that I know, I'm like, you didn't make this food. And he was like, no. I said, who made this? Who made this food? And it was another person. And it was like, no, I don't want this. So the authenticity of the food, it's not there, because, they're getting other people to come in and make these dishes. You can't train them the right way on how to make this, because you got immigration coming in every 2 seconds harassing people, because they feel like, the jobs in Panama is for Panama. And let me tell you something, as a business owner, I'm not even gonna hold you. I love Panama. I love my people, but dealing with Panamanian workers is not the easiest thing. It ain't easy. It's not easy. La gente no quiere trabajar. Me van a decir que yo soy esto y yo soy la otra, pero es la verdad. Looking for people to work. There are people that would they will work, and they only work for a certain amount of time, just enough to collect a liquidación, and then they're gonna quit, and then they're gonna look for someplace else. Child, I ain't saying no names. Yeah, the laws are ridiculous. The laws are ridiculous. Like, it's really ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. So, a lot of companies are not going to hire people without papers. They're not going to hire, Panama's rules for immigration and migración is really, really strict. And a lot of people are not willing to take that chance to hire an immigrant, because the fines are ridiculous. And then, they have the corrupt people that know you have immigration there, and they're going to come every month because they want to get their hands greased. Okay, ellos quieren plata. Trust me, I know. I have had people call immigration on me. Like, I had immigrants working there, or people without papers working there, and I didn't. They even lied and said that I had underage people working there, aka my son. Child, me no one said that, because then they're gonna curse me out and say I'm wrong. People do not like to face the truth. They don't like the truth. So yeah, so the food, trying to get that authentic Caribbean food and Caribbean. Yo, yeah, I seen it's so bad. My friend, she is Panamanian, but she lives in Jamaica, but she goes back and forth. My girl sent me a video of this guy making oxtail. If you ever to see the oxtail, the oxtail was white, 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 white. The oxtail was white. And I said to myself, what type of oxtail is that? Here go my mother. Oh, that's how Spanish people make oxtail. Child, if you're gonna hire a local, I would make sure that you really, really do your research. Try to find someone that is does not have necessities. Someone that is not, girl, just I ain't gonna say it on here, so just DM me. We'll have to have a private conversation about that. Mahalia is going in the comment section. Notice that ain't me. That's oh my god, guys! I have this scam likely number that keeps on calling me. Okay, I'm gonna put out this number so y'all can call it and tell them to leave me the hell alone. The number is because I know it's some Nigerian 772-277-2327. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to stay on topic. That's why I'm looking at my phone because I wrote everything down. All right, so now let's talk about the Panama music scene. So again, this kind of touched topic on what I was saying before about like reggaeton and all that stuff and what people think. First of all, the music scene is crazy because a lot of these artists, black artists especially in Panama, they don't have black girls in their music videos. Okay. And so one time I had a conversation with a popular artist here in Panama. He's one of the biggest, a big name artist in Panama. And I was like, can I ask you a question? No disrespect. And he was like, sure. What's your question? I was like, why don't you ever have like black girls in your video? And he was like, oh, it's because the black girls, they charge too much money to be in the music videos. Meanwhile, the white girls, or lighter skinned girls or whatever, they just happy to be there. So they're gonna be in a video. And I'm like, this is y'all reason? Then he asked me if I wanted to be in the video. I'm like, nah, I'm good. And he was like, see, this is what I'm talking about. They never want to be in a video. So I don't know. I don't know if he was just saying that just to say that, but he said that the black girls don't want to, if they ask them to be in a music video, that they have to like pay. They are asking for money. I don't know. Okay. Mahalia said it's lies. I don't know. That's what they told me. Okay, that's what they told your girl. That's the reason why they don't have black girls in the music video. I don't know. Um, I don't know. That's what they said. And so, like, I think representation is something that is very much lacked here in Panama. And it's like, even like when I watch the news, shout out to my girl Natalie, okay, because at least Natalie is representation for black women and black English women. Hi Tiffany T. At least their representation for black women, but television, there's no representation. When you watch regular TV in Panama, it's a whole bunch of novelas and the other show, Disque Guadalupe, you know, sé qué, you know, sé qué. And I don't see no black people on there either. Um, when you watch, the morning news, not morning news, the morning news, the morning, what is it called? The morning show, okay? You're definitely not seeing no representation on there either, unless it's Black History Month, child. If it's Black History Month in May, everybody is putting on their, even the people who you don't even think they're dressed in dashikis and they got braids and yeah, and I'm just like, being black and being Afro-Caribbean or whatever is not a costume. Like this is who we are as a people, and I get it. You want to, I don't know what's the reason behind it. You want to uh keep it alive. But I personally feel, this is just my personal opinion, okay? Don't okay, don't beat me up about this. But I personally feel that, a lot of the events, okay, that are geared towards sharing Afro-Caribbean culture, that is geared towards um educating people on what it is to be black in Panama, it's a little outdated. Okay. It is oh wait, guys. Oh, hold on. My battery about to die. Okay. It's a little outdated, and I don't think, and this is just my opinion, I could be wrong. Um, I could be wrong, but I feel like there are no girl, this is a whole nother topic, all right? Black Panamanian guys be checking for the Colombian chick. They don't only be checking for the Colombian chick. This is the only country that I feel like a black and black relationship, okay, in this new generation is weird. I don't think that, I feel like when people see a black couple together, they looking like, it's so crazy because like black men don't like black women, white guys like black girls, and they also like their own, okay? I think that black men do not have desires to be with black women here. This is just my opinion. If somebody feels different, they can tell me that I'm wrong, but I don't feel like I'm wrong. Um yeah, I don't think, the only place that I really see like black people or black men with black women is in Colón. When I go to Colón, I'm more likely to see a black man with a black woman, but 90% of the times I'm seeing a Spanish man with a black woman and a black woman with a Spanish man or Indian man. And when you see two black woman, a black man and a black woman together, everybody looking at them like they crazy. But that's just me, okay? I don't know why that is. Let me tell you something, guys. This is crazy, right? So you guys know I am so pro black. Like I am so pro black. And I think in a way God is like punishing me. And I'm gonna say this, I don't even care if y'all gonna judge me because y'all a bunch of judgmental motherfuckers anyway. Not the people that support me, the other people. The other people that's gonna come for me. Hold on, let me fix this mic because I gotta be very loud and clear with what I'm about to say. Hold on. On one moment, please. Give me a second. So, guys, don't judge me because I'm not a racist. Okay, I don't want y'all to feel like I'm a racist because I'm not a race. I'm not a racist. You know, I truly feel that people should be with whoever makes them happy. The problem that I have is when people specifically discriminate against their own kind and builds up someone else of another race or another color just because of their color. So like I want my son with a black woman. It is what it is. People gonna crucify me and say, "Oh, you should want your son to be happy." Yeah, I do want my son to be happy, but logically speaking, I want my son to be with a black woman. And maybe the reasons why I want my son to be with a black woman is probably selfish, but this is my reason. So I am raising a educated, respectable black man. And the reason why I am raising a respectable, hardworking, well, he's still lazy, so I don't know, but the hardworking part we gonna work on that. But um educated, respectful, well-rounded black man is because in our society as black people, and I'm not only talking about from the perspective of America, but I'm just saying as a whole, for black women to find a black man to share their life with or whatever, the dating scene is really just to shits, right? And so for black women especially, their chances of being with a black man, it's it's a little bit. It's a little bit. Okay, it's slim picking. The good ones that do exist, they're already married, or they're homosexual, or they are like in jail. Well, if they're good, they wouldn't be in jail, right? But it's so many statistics that for a black man, you know, that oh God, I'm trying my best to like articulate this without offending anyone, right? The statistics of finding a decent black man for a woman. So, black women are the ones that are getting the better jobs. They're highly educated. They are opening businesses. Black women are doing their damn thing. And so a lot of the times these black women, they're looking for men that are on the same level as them. More so in US society, Western society. I don't know about here in Panama. I don't know about here in Panama really. Um how it is because I'm not on a dating scene in Panama, so I'm not sure. But I don't know. Here, I feel like the women in Panama, they be like they make sure that they men's have to come and pay the bills. They men's be paying the bills. This is very chauvinistic, machismo society. So I don't know. So anyway, um, so I was like, when I decided that I was gonna pull my son out of the States, I wanted to give my son, you guys know the story, the day ones. I wanted to give my son a fair chance at being able to grow up, live a decent life, be well rounded, et cetera, et cetera. But one of the things that I realized is that, and I didn't realize this until after the fact, that the people that are in my son's school, there's not many black females in my son's school. And so somebody posted on Instagram the other day, like, it was like a football player that was being drafted to the NFL, and he had like this white girlfriend, and everybody was in the comment section like blasting him, like, oh, he's a black man, an NFL white girlfriend there, da 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 da. But then when you sit back and you think about it, I think he went to like poly prep or something. What are the chances of a black woman being in that school? So a lot of these times, we as black parents, we want to be able to put our kids in certain, even like LeBron James, right? These kids go to upscale schools that are predominantly of other race. And so they become a product of their environment. So the access to black women, very limited. So like at my son's school, there isn't that many black females. There's black boys in the school, yes. It's very mixed. But black females in my son's school, it's very slim. It's like a 1%. And so obviously he's a boy. He's gonna like girls, right? But who is he gonna like if he's predominantly around others? So when I sat back and I thought about it, I'm like, you know what? This is absolutely true. Like, this is who he's around. This is so true. My mother and father were born and raised in Panama. I'm 32, single, and would like to move back to Panama, but my tias told me, be open-minded if you like to find a... Yeah, you have to be very open-minded. Men go for what's in front of them. Unfortunately, perhaps black women and young ladies need to start broadening their choices. True, I think is being a thing. Right. So I understand about broadening your horizons and your choices in men, but then this comes down to why Afro-Caribbean culture in Panama is dying down, because it's so much mixing. Like I had spoke to my other friend or whatever. He's Panamanian, born and raised in Panama, West Indian descent, and he said the same thing. He's like, you know, um, a lot of people are mixing. A lot of people are mixing, and they're mixing with Spanish people, and the culture is literally watering away, watering down. Not to say that there aren't like, Spanish people that don't like soca music, or Spanish people that don't like reggae and dancehall, because that is not true. There are plenty, because I see them. They come to rum and brunch all the time, that enjoy that type of music, and they enjoy hip hop, and they enjoy that type of music. But when it comes to like the culture, like really like the culture, it is literally dying down. And I honestly don't even know if I even have the manpower to try to save it, because the people that are in those spaces, that can, you know, voice use their voices to build the community, they literally keep to themselves. And I don't really care if anybody shares this clip and sends it to whoever, because it's true. They keep to themselves, and they don't understand that if we work together, we could actually amplify our voices. But in Panama, things are very much, this is minds. It's very much minds, 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 and it's very much clicky, right? And so if this person is doing whatever event about, or doing whatever event, TV station, whatever, about Afro-Caribbean culture, they're just going to stick to the 5 people that they know. They are not willing to, reach out to other people, or, um, extend the olive branch. I personally, I know somebody gonna say, well, why don't you extend the olive branch? Well, I'm gonna give you a prime example of me extending the olive branch. So in January, you guys know I had Rum and Brunch Weekend, and Rum and Brunch Weekend is literally an event for Afro-Caribbean culture here in Panama, and for people to experience Afro-Caribbean culture in Panama, because it does exist. There is a channel or a TV station or whatever you want to call it, that is supposedly supposed to be about, um, Caribbean culture in Panama. And I had extended the olive branch and sent them an invitation to the event, and I was left on scene. Okay, my invitation was left on scene. And it was just so funny to me, because someone ended up coming to Rum and Brunch with Rupi. They were invited by somebody else, and they introduced me to this person or whatever, and I was like, oh hey. And he goes, yeah, I have this thing called such and such or whatever, and I would love to connect with you or whatever. And I was like, really? Because I reached out to you guys to send you guys an invitation to come to my event, and I was left on scene. And then he acted like he didn't know what I was talking about, so I pulled up the Instagram message, and I showed it to him, and I'm like, see, you see the invitation that I sent? And you see it says seen. So somebody looked at it, and then they just chose not to respond. And so that is what I'm saying about Black people not sticking together, especially here in Panama, and Black people just not working in unity for the greater good, or for the cause of everything. Everything is literally, they just want to, is just keep it for themselves, keep it for themselves. And you know what? I don't blame it. I understand that. I try to put myself in other people's shoes. Uh, and I understand it, because it also is, you don't want to open your doors to any and anybody, because you just don't know what angle people are coming from. Trust me, I get it. I have been used, abused, spit out, and thrown out and a lot of things has happened to me trying to help people, or trying to give people opportunities. So I totally get it. I personally get it. You know, so people are very wary about wanting to put people on, or help people, or whatever the case may be. But literally, I have created my platform by myself on my own. So there's not really much that I'm willing to take anybody, or what anybody can really like do for me, because obviously I've been doing this on my own for a very long time. So if anybody feels like, oh, like, for whatever reason they don't want to collaborate, or whatever the case may be, because they feel like, oh, I'm going to take something away from it, that's a very poor mentality to have, especially if we're fighting for one cause. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but yeah. So true. I think that's why some Panamanians in general know it's a little about our history. It takes a bit of pieces for for an aesthetic. Hey, I told you guys I'm gonna be doing lives every single day, except for Fridays and Saturday, for 30 days. Let's see how that works. Girl, them black Panamanian men in Flatbush, child. That's what you looking for, child. Keep looking. Oh, let's not even talk about that. Like, I see so many people on YouTube just using, oh, like black in Panama, or okay, let me take that back because I don't want nobody that's not, forget it. I'm not even gonna say anything. It definitely is. It definitely is. And it's just like, at what point do we say, okay, enough is enough? Like, y'all gotta stop this. I get it. Like, I get it for a fact. Like, I know for a lot of people, they feel like I shouldn't be in this position that I'm in. They want to know, like, okay, where the hell does she come from? Or, who does she think she is? Or whatever. And half the time, these people don't even know me. Right. And so I kind of get it. Like, I put myself in other people's shoes. Like, they probably feel like, I've been doing this for a long time. And then here she comes and, whatever, whatever, whatever. Fuck this bitch. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just maybe it's all in my head. I have no idea. But the way I see people move, it's just like, damn, like, okay, well, I guess we're just gonna have to do this by myself. Like, I'm just gonna have to do this by myself. I'm gonna just have to do this by myself. We do have to have uncomfortable conversations, but when it comes to certain people, like, I'd rather just have this conversation with them in my face so they could just tell me what it is, and so I don't have to assume. And so, okay, so I want to talk about this because this is actually a good a good what's the word I want to say? Observation. So Cinco de Luna says, I think that Black Panamanian culture is being used to profit the economy while the real community and people suffer. So I kind of like, I understand where you're coming from. I think that it's used to profit the economy for some people, but the community and the people, about the suffering that you think, I don't know, girl. Some of these people ain't suffering like how you think they are. The other day I went to Colón to go see my friend. I'm always in Colón actually. Like, I'm in Colón every weekend at this point. I told my friend, I'm like, y'all gonna have to have a room for me because I'm always gonna be here. But there are people in Colón that's doing really good for themselves. And people automatically feel like, oh, like Colón, everybody is poor. No, that's not true. And there are people in Colón that's doing very, very well for themselves and have very good jobs. So don't think that everybody in Colón is suffering, because they are not. I have been in people's houses in Colón and their house look better than mine. Okay. I am telling you, they got them drop down ceilings, they got LED lights, they got big TVs, they got all. They are doing pretty well for themselves. They got nice cars, they got their job. So, this mentality that everybody in Cologne is poor is not true. Okay. Just like everybody thinks that everybody in Panama is poor, that is not true. Okay. There are people, I mean, they may not have make the money that you guys are making in the States, but again, they're doing very well from themselves because they live in gated communities. And these is regular Panamanians. I'm not talking about the Americans that moved to Panama. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about regular Panamanians that grew up here and live here, and they work here. They live in gated communities. They have pools where they live. They have áreas sociales. They're doing pretty darn well for themselves. And I know deportees that got deported from America, and they're doing pretty damn good for themselves. They live in a lot better than a lot of people that live in Flatbush right now. And that is tea. Child, why was child? Jesus Christ, y'all. Why are y'all doing this to me? You trying to loot? You trying to reel me in? You guys are trying to reel me in. Y'all are trying to. Let me tell you something. So, oh my God. See, you being messy. I feel like you being messy, but I'm about to be. This is a conversation for a whole nother day, and I'm gonna say this with all the love and support. You know what it is, but I don't pay attention to any other YouTuber or people that are making content about YouTube because one of the things that I realize is that people like to hear nonsense. Y'all like to people these people are just recycling content, repeating what other people are saying, um recycling other people's content and just lying to y'all and just telling you guys what you want to hear. And I ain't got time for that. So I just do not listen. I do not know. No, I don't know who's making YouTube content about Panama. I don't look for them. I don't watch it. I honestly don't give a damn. Okay. When it every now and then when I'm well, no, not anymore. But before, like when I used to be on YouTube, like really, really heavy, before I had to take this break, every now and then people's content used to like pop up on my screen. And I realized that people are making content about Panama, especially Black people are making content about Panama, not really because they give a rat's ass. It's because they're getting paid off of it. A lot of them left the platform and went to TikTok, apparently. This is what the word on the street is. Because it's easy to make content on TikTok or whatever, and people are gonna eat it up. I don't got time for that. I'm gonna tell you guys the real deal, the truth, exactly what it is. I'm not giving sugarcoating shit, okay, for y'all. This is what it is. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, oh well. But I do realize that my channel has not grown, even though I've been doing YouTube so far. I was the first Black YouTuber making content about Panama. And for the amount of years that I've been on YouTube making content about Panama, I should have had surpassed the amount of subscribers that I have right now. And I don't. You know why I don't? Because I'm not feeding you guys a bunch of nonsense. You guys want me to feed you with nonsense, and I'm not doing that. I'm going to tell you the truth. Okay? Because when I came here, if I had the information that I had on YouTube, trust me, could have avoided a lot of mistakes. And then another thing that I realized is that a lot of these people watch my YouTube channel, watch my YouTube video, recycle it, share the same information that I'm sharing, or some of you guys watch the channel and y'all just won't hit the subscribe button. Why you don't hit the subscribe button? Because y'all say I'm ghetto. Oh well. God, my nose is running, y'all. That's exactly what it is. Y'all want me to lie to you and feed you with a bunch of goddamn nonsense, and I'm not going to do it. I am not getting no sponsorship, so I am free to say whatever the heck I would like to say. Okay. I don't owe nobody nothing because I ain't friends with nobody. Okay. I ain't associate with nobody and I'm not clicked up with nobody. So I don't have to sugarcoat anything for anybody. I don't have to be quiet. I don't have to like be like, oh, I'm not going to say this because, and I don't care if you don't like me either. Because even though out of my subscriber counts are not where it up to, y'all clearly watching the videos because my views are ridiculous. I'm not trying to sell y'all nothing. I'm not trying to sell y'all no houses. I'm not working with no real estate agent trying to get you guys to move here. I'm not getting no, and I'm not. This is only not about Black people neither. This is just other people that's making content too. Like I'm not getting kickbacks. I'm not getting kickbacks for recommending people. I'm not doing that at all. If I can genuinely help someone based on, guys, my nose is running. I gotta get this. Sorry. If I could genuinely help a business or for the strength of it, I'm going to do that. There are people like businesses that I have done content on for free 99, and I have witnessed and saw how these people, their business flourished. Okay. Flourished. Okay. And I didn't even get a thank you. I haven't even gotten a thank you, but I leave it all up to God. Don't ask me for no referrals either because I ain't giving it to you. Because y'all love to hit me up and ask me for referrals. Like, it's crazy. And the only way I give a referral is if, like, for real, like I went someplace, I'm like, oh my God, guys, this was so good. You got to try this. Like the marketplace I just told y'all about the other time. It's like, oh my God, it's so damn good. But yeah, come on down, girl. I'm telling you, it's so crazy. It is so crazy. I have gotten so many DMs or whatever. And you know what? People will say to me, like, okay, well, why don't you hang out with these other black expats that they have in Panama and all kind of stuff. And honestly speaking, the whole expat community is very cliquey. They are extremely cliquey. It's like cult-like behavior. And I don't give a rat's ass. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. And ain't nobody gonna do it. Who gonna check me, boo? They are very cliquey. They are mean girl, mean spirited individuals. Now, not everybody, because there's maybe one or two people that are not that way, but for the most part, it is very cliquey and it's very cult like behavior. And I ain't got time for that. I am the type of person that I love my family. I love people, well, genuine people. I just like a good vibe and I like natural, just natural vibes, right? And so these people are just very like they're just mean spirited and they bring the dirty stinking dirty mentality from America and they bring it right back to Panama. They bring it right here. So I just rather stay away. I don't want to be a part of your cliques. I don't want to go to your events and you don't have to come to mine either. I have had, and you could even ask my mom, like one day I'm gonna do an interview with my mom and she'll tell you the same thing. So this lady that we know, whatever, had brought this woman to my mom's beauty supply store in San Miguelito. And the guy, he was such a sweet gentleman, right? He was from the States. I think he was a retired vet. And he says to my mom, like, oh, I didn't know that this store existed. I'm gonna tell all the expats. And my mom said it straight up to him. Expats know about this store. It's no secret. Everybody knows about this store. They just choose not to accept me. Y'all come here with your dirty attitude, and then you want to be comparing prices to prices in America. Obviously, if we are bringing merchandise from another country, we have to pay taxes on them. So why would you think that something that costs $6.99 in America is going to cost $6.99 in Panama? Don't you think that we have to pay for taxes for it to get here? Do we not have to pay a whole bunch of fees in order to bring stuff into the States? So you cannot, I mean, into Panama, you cannot assume or make such disgusting comments about the reason why you don't shop in our store is because the stuff is expensive or whatever. When you guys order off of Amazon and you buy something off of Amazon for, let's just say it's $6.99, do you not have to pay $5 when it get here? So even though you're paying $6.99 on Amazon, you still have to pay a fee for it to come into the country. But let's just be honest. Black people have this crab in a barrel mentality, and that's just where it is. It's just gonna follow. You don't shop at the store, or you don't come to our store, or you don't support me because of who I am. It don't got nothing to do with anything. And half the time, y'all don't even know me. Because if the cult leader said, oh, everybody go shop at this store, y'all always shop at this store. But the cult leader told you, oh, don't support this girl. So because the cult leader said that, that is the reason why you decided otherwise. But you know what? I don't really care. I don't blame you, girl. These people are weird. And this is like, and what kills me about this is that it's always like, black people, we got to stay together. Black people this, black people that. But it'd be the same black people that's tearing everybody down and tearing each other down. And that's just me. That's how I feel about it. Y'all done got me started. We would talk about one thing, but we ended up on a rampage. It's a lot of cult leaders. It's a few cult leaders. I think the only person that I have ever met that was actually nice to me was Charlotte from Black Expats in Panama. She was the only person, but she's also a mature lady. And so I don't think that, well, yeah, I don't think that she would be in like into no petty drama, but she was the only person that was really nice to me. The rest of these motherfuckers are some cult leaders. Okay. I'm talking about it's given Jim Jones cult leader. It is. It's giving Jim Jones. It's giving very much Jim Jones show. Anyway, how long have I been on here? Jeez, I've been on this side for an hour and 17 minutes now. Y'all done got me started. Tomorrow is Thursday. I am going to be on live tomorrow again. I told you guys that I'm going to be on live every single day. But I think I'm going to go tomorrow is what Wednesday. I think I'm going to be on live like early in the morning. Like I'm saying like 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna do a live at 10 o'clock in the morning. So make sure you guys are tuned in, all right? Because it's some shit that might be going down. I think we're gonna have another strike. Not a strike. There's gonna be another protest on Friday. And I want to keep you guys informed about that because it might go down. It might some shit might go down in Panama. And you know, I gotta be the first to tell you before somebody else come and, you know, copy my content. The reason why I don't really want to talk about it yet is because I want to get, you know, gather as much information about it so I can report back to you guys tomorrow. But it's looking very much like it's about to go down. Like it's so crazy that yesterday when I was coming home from work, well, the next job, because you guys know I have like 5 million jobs. Um, the gas station was like really full. Like people were lined up for gas. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Like, why is there so many people outside for gas? And so, yeah, I found out that, you know, it might go down on Friday. And so I got to give you guys the tea about that. Girl, I told you guys I'm gonna be doing. You see, I need to. This is why I love y'all because I told you guys I'm gonna do more lives. I'm doing live. My goal is to do a live every day for 30 days. Okay, I started yesterday, so yesterday was the 17th. So the 17th, except for Saturday and Sunday, guys, the weekends is not included. So business days, I'm gonna do a live every day, Monday through Friday, for 30 days. So yeah, I want to see how that works out with the lives, doing lives every day. I'm definitely gonna have a topic that we're gonna talk about every day. And so if you guys have something in like specific that you guys want to talk about, leave it in the comment section and so that I can have like content. You guys can help me with the content and help me to make these lives a little bit more easier because you know your girl brain don't be functioning too well. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of things going on. I'm a mother. After all, I am a mom. And so, you know, I can't really be thinking about I got 30 minutes left. So you guys don't have to rush me off. I got 30 minutes left. Well, 25 now before I get off. Any updates regarding the canal? Girl, ain't nobody listening to Trump right now. Okay. Ain't nobody listening to Trump. Trump is a liar. Trump was on talking some nonsense or whatever and talking about how he got control over the canal. Trump, stop it. Okay, Trump be lying. But if I hear any other updates, which I think you guys do need to be like tuned in tomorrow's live. I'm telling you because the so the canal and the mine. Remember the mine where that was a whole craziness where the streets were shut down, people was protesting. Yeah, that is what has to do with what's going on Friday, plus other stuff that's going on. That I want to put you guys on. I mean, yeah, that's crazy. I see the power company I use there have been bought out by which power company you use? Child, do you guys know that we had a blackout 2 days ago? Oh my God. Let me tell you. So it was like 11 o'clock at night, right? And so I'm like in my bed, you know, I have For some reason, like the houses in Panama are so damn hot. Like you have, I don't know how anybody survives in Panama without air conditioning, child, because the heat, this concrete that they, the concrete that they make these houses out of, Jesus Christ, yo, it produces so much heat that it was so bad. Like this, even this morning, I didn't have the air conditioner on. I thought I was going through menopause because I'm like, what the hell? Like the heat was just heating. And so I'm in my bed, sleep, the air conditioner on. All of a sudden, I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like sweating bullets. I'm like, why am I sweating? So I'm looking at the air conditioner. I'm like pressing the remote, and the air conditioner isn't going on. And I'm like, yo, what the hell's going on? So I get up out my bed, turn the lights on, well, attempt to turn on the lights, and I look outside. All the street lights is black. I see my neighbor outside with a flashlight. I'm like, there's another, the light went out. But usually, like when the lights go out, it comes right back on. Child, it was a blackout nation. The whole country had no lights because apparently, like the main place where they like run the electricity in Chorrera, there was some type of damage or some nonsense that was going on. So the whole country didn't have no lights. Could you imagine that? The president, I didn't even have service. Like I couldn't even check. So now I'm like, what the hell's going on? So now I'm checking the messages or whatever, trying to message people or go check the Instagram page. All the towers, like even the cell phone towers was down. So I had no data. So I end up calling my dad. I'm like, hey, do you guys have light? And my father's like, yeah, I called you and I asked you if you had light and electricity. You told me yeah. And I was like, did I? My mom was like, she was sleeping. How you and ask her that if she's sleeping? You foolish. So I hear them going back and forth arguing. And I'm like, oh, if you asked me that, I probably was sleeping. I didn't even realize it. But now I'm like sweating bullets or whatever. Cause I was like, if they had light, I was just gonna take my kids, wrap them up, and just go take them to my mother's house. But they didn't have no light either. So what did I have to do? I opened up the window, okay. I look up, could breathe. I was so close to sleeping in the backyard. That's how hot I was. I was literally so close to sleeping in the backyard. But then I realized I had Gia, and then where was Gia gonna sleep? I only have one little couch in the back right now. So I was just like, okay. So I went to sleep, catch a little breeze out the window. Then by like, I want to say like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, the light had came back on. But child, it was crazy. Hello, first time here. Wait, can you put me on to resources for work as a chef? Child, I am not a employment agency, but thank you for stopping by to my YouTube channel. Are you subscribed before anything? Because y'all be asking me questions and not even have the audacity to even subscribe to the channel. It was crazy. It was crazy. I was hot, 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 hot. I said, "Bumbaras, man, no blood clot." I was so hot, I couldn't take it. The heat was on. It was Panama heat is crazy. Panama heat is crazy. Not only that, let me tell y'all something. If any of you guys are buying a house in Brisas, be careful because these roofs, okay, and this filtration is a hot ass mess. Okay, you be having all type of leaks and all kind of shit in your roof. That's the next drama, but we're gonna talk about that another time. But yes, there was a blackout. It was given. Who was in New York City when that blackout happened? I can't even remember how old I was or what year. I just remember that blackout in New York City. It was given that. It was given that. Okay, it was like what the hell. The heat was unbearable. I swear to God, I thought I was going through menopause. Well, premenopause. Hey, girl. Thank you for that super chat. Thank you, sis. You guys are just the greatest. But yeah, y'all. So that's pretty much what happened with the blackout, y'all. But that was the highlight of. Oh, okay. One more thing before I go. So Gia's birthday was on Friday, y'all. I did not vlog it because yeah, I just didn't vlog it. Because I'm trying to keep certain things off the internet. As I become a little bit more popular and as my channel is getting more views, even though y'all not subscribing to the channel, but y'all watching it, um, there's some weird people that watch me. Okay, people that are subscribed to the channel that don't even like me, but they watch my channel. They wait for my. It's very weird. So now I'm kind of like, I got to be careful about what I put on the channel now. Is I can't be as free as I was before because my channel was a lot smaller before. I mean, it still is smaller. It's still a small channel, but a lot of people know about the channel. Like if I walk down the street, people will stop me. Like that's how crazy it is. And so, I don't want to like expose hey, I don't want to expose too much of my kids' personal lives cuz Amir's 15 now, so Amir's like he's real weird now. He's like, "Oh, don't take no pictures of me. Don't put me up. Don't put me up. Don't do this. Don't do that." So, it's crazy. And so like my daughter um she she's a baby. And so, I gotta like, just be careful with stuff that I post. I may post a picture on Instagram, but then I'll take it down after like, a few hours or whatever. I won't keep it up. And that's just pretty much the reason why. So now, even like with vlogs and stuff like that, and how I'm trying to structure my vlogs now, I'm trying to structure my vlogs so that you guys still get like the real deal about what's going on. But when did you come off weird? When, girl? When did you come off weird? Oh God, I don't even know what you talking about. Put me on. So I'm trying to like figure out the structure on how I'm gonna do these vlogs. You know what to put on there, what not to put on there. It's just weird. It's just weird behavior. The people that are following, some people that follow me, like I had some weird ass ex boyfriend that I had from like before that I hate. By the way, can't stand the motherfucker. And all of a sudden, like this dude, first of all, they tortured me and bullied me on Instagram for years. Okay. And so like finally, like we got over that hump or whatever. The dude, I blocked his ass, and for some reason I end up in a group chat with him and his friend on Instagram. And I hauled ass out of that group chat so fast. Like, why the hell am I in the group chat? That was so weird. And then so after that, I exited out the group chat because apparently on Instagram, even if you block the person, you can still be added in the group chat if you were in a group chat like years ago, which was weird. And so I end up in this guy's group chat or whatever, and I'm like, it was like, what the hell? Why am I in your group chat? Like it was just so weird. And so I ended up hauling ass out of that group chat. Of course, I took a screenshot because this person is so toxic and so like problematic that I have to have evidence on this person because that person had tortured me. Okay, him and his minions, they tortured me for months. They didn't stop. It was so bad they didn't stop torturing me until I got pregnant with my daughter. Then they realized, like, okay, that was the whatever. And so then he starts following my cousin, and my cousin was like, "What the? Why is he blocked?" So yeah, so it's just weird behavior like that. And then um that same crazy ex boyfriend I'm talking about. Oh, sorry, hold on, guys. Hello. No, yo tengo la llave. Sí, yo tengo la llave. O puede dejar la llave. Okay, sorry guys. Um Yeah, so it was just like real, it was just weird, like just real weird behavior. So now I'm like just trying to restructure the things that I talk about, what I put on here. I still want to give you guys like, the real deal about what's going on, but I just got to be careful. People are weird. Okay, y'all be weird. It's just weird. But there's like I'm gonna start doing like private lives for like members only where I can like really be free and to talk about like things that I wouldn't talk about on YouTube. And so yeah, I'm gonna do that as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. My God, it's so many of you guys in this live today. It's so many of you guys in this live. It's so crazy. Hi guys. Hi guys. All right. So again, I'm going to where I'm at. Where are you guys? I can't find you. Okay. So I've been on here for an hour and 31 minutes now. Thank you guys for the super chat. I love you guys. You guys are so great. I am actually going to remind you guys that this weekend is Tropical Vibes Saturday. So if you guys want to turn up with me and have an amazing time, and you're looking for Afro-Caribbean vibes in Panama City, or if you know someone that is going to be in Panama City, hit us up. Tropical Vibes Saturday. You can get your tickets on my website right now at www.vgirltv.com. Here's the website. And if you are interested in Rum and Brunch Weekend for next year, the Rum and Brunch Weekend 2026, you can make payment plans right now. Our host hotel is Torres del Alba. And so if you guys want to make your reservations on your own, you can contact the hotel and you can make your reservation by leaving a deposit. And you can speak with Derek. Derek is the person that's going to be in charge. So shout out to Torres del Alba. We also have the itinerary for next year. Yeah, kind of like Patreon, but it's going to be directly off my website. And if it is going to be on Instagram, it's going to be private. So if you're members only, that's the only way that you'll be able to see it, because there's certain things that I'm going to talk about and I can't talk about it on YouTube. So it's going to be like members only information, very unfiltered. Listen, I'm unfiltered now, but y'all don't no, I be filtering a lot. You think I'm unfiltered, but I filter a lot. Trust me. Trust me. And so yeah, so join my mailing list, guys. I want to keep in touch with you guys and let you guys know, what stuff we have going on. And I promise you, I will not spam your inbox, because some of you guys be like unsubscribing, and I know who you are because I can see who unsubscribes for my mailing list. Okay. It's in the city. It's in the city. Your videos helped me decide whether I wanted to relocate to Panama or South Africa. So did you end up coming to Panama or did you end up going to South Africa? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, another thing is, for those of you who keep on hitting me up in my Instagram and asking me for itineraries, because y'all is just that very fresh on a two fieste. Y'all love to hit me up. Oh, I hope South Africa is treating you amazing. For those of you who could keep on hitting me up and asking me like for itineraries in Panama, you guys are very mean. I love Panama too, even though they could drive me crazy here, but I'm good, love. I'm here where I'm at. For those of you who are hitting me up in my DMs and asking me for a whole Panama rundown, I think that, and I'm just not even trying to be nasty or rude about it, but I think that is pretty selfish that you guys don't follow me, you do not support me, you don't even subscribe to my channel, but you on here asking me to give you a whole Panama itinerary. I think that is not nice. I think you guys should be better people. I think that if you really are serious about an itinerary, then you can go on the website and there you can um pay for an itinerary. But to expect for me to stop what I'm doing and put together a personal itinerary for you for free 99, I think that's very mean of you for you to think that. I think it's very selfish as well. And everything is not a money grab, and I get it, but we all have 24 hours in a day. You can do the work yourself. Okay. There are tons of information on social media that people have done and put up for free. But if you're hitting me up for personalized information, it is obvious because you find value in what I say. And if you want to show me that you have value in what I say and you want me to put together an itinerary with referrals, then you can go on the website and you can purchase an itinerary and I can make a personalized itinerary for you. But to DM me, not follow me, not even watch me on social media, don't even hit the subscribe button, don't do anything, and then just demand that I give you an itinerary and give you information. I think that's very mean of you guys to think that. And before, I wanted to be like really sweet and, not offend anybody, but I'm not doing it. So don't do it. Don't DM me and ask me for anything. Okay. I have tons of free information on this website, on Instagram. I mean, not Instagram, on YouTube, that you can sit down and watch. Okay. But you choose not to watch it. You choose to message me privately because for some odd reason you feel that I owe you something, and I do not. You have tons of information on YouTube that you can watch for free 99. And you could do whatever you will with that information. But if you want me to take time out of my schedule and take times away from my kids and take time away from a lot of things that I have to get done, you have to purchase an itinerary. Please do not DM me and ask me to make your personal itinerary. Please do not, because I'm gonna leave you on Vista and you're gonna be mad. But thank you to everyone that do support me. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel, people who have shared my videos, people who have shared the rum and brunch experience with people who have purchased a ticket, even if you didn't purchase a ticket for yourself, but purchase a ticket for somebody else. Those of you who have donated to my toy drive as well, thank you. Okay. Thank you to those of you who don't even know me and have mentioned me in rooms with people who don't even know me. Like, it's so crazy because one of my good friends told me that she's talking to this guy, and this guy was like, he's like, yeah. She's like, yeah, I'm going to Panama because my best friend, well, one of my best friends, she lives in Panama, and I go out to support her for her event every year, whatever. And he said to her, "Oh, I know that girl because somebody told me about her," and they basically told the guy my whole life story. And so people like that, you don't even know me, but just mentioning me, mentioning rum and brunch, mentioning my events, that is supporting. Uh exactly. Thank you for being a subscriber for 2 years. I don't even be asking for money. Like, I don't even care about the money. At least subscribe. Okay. At least subscribe. It is free. You don't even have to watch you could put me on mute for all I care. But at least watch the videos. But no, y'all don't even do that. You don't even subscribe, but you're messaging me for itineraries. No, that is mean. Te voy a dejar en visto. Te voy a dejar en visto. Te voy a dejar en visto. Yes, girl. Leave them on scene. Leave them on scene. Them too fresh. Them too fresh and otaada. Anyway, okay, guys, no, for real. I gotta go pick up my daughter from school. May I have to take her to swimming classes. I have to be a mother. Okay. I have to, I'm a soccer mom, I'm a swim mom, I'm an everything mom. I am that mom. And I also want to give you some tea on my baby daddy, y'all. So tomorrow we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about the strike. We're gonna we're gonna talk about the strike, that is the possible strike that's happened on Friday. We're gonna talk about my baby daddy. We're gonna talk about what happened in the grocery store. Oh God. Remind me, if you please, I'm gonna be on live tomorrow at 10 o'clock. So please tune into the live at 10 o'clock. I'm actually gonna like create it and save it so that you guys can get like a reminder that when I go on live, because I know YouTube been having audacity lately. Okay. YouTube been having a lot of audacity lately and not letting you guys know when I get on live, but it's all good. So yeah, I want to tell you about what happened at the Ray, okay? Because I'm gonna call out the Ray. Oh goodness, let me write this down so I don't forget. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, so tomorrow's live, this is what we're gonna talk about. So please remember, we're gonna talk about the potential not strike, what do you call those things? Um the protest on Friday. We're going to talk about how my daughter's father was racially profiled in Panama at the Ray supermarket. We're going to talk about that. And we're also going to talk about a artist that was killed in Panama, and today is his funeral. So we have a lot of things that we're going to talk about. I think we have 3 topics. If I remember anything else, I will add it onto this list because I don't want to forget anything. But tune in tomorrow at 10 a.m. because we are going live. All right, guys. So don't forget, you can log on to the website. You can also donate to my toy drive if you choose. Not my toy drive, sorry. My school supplies. I'm actually going to start buying this stuff next week. And we're going to talk about all that other good stuff. So yeah, thank you again to Just Jess for the super chat. I appreciate you guys. And yeah, so I'm going to see you guys tomorrow on our live stream again. This is so bootleg. Like, what the heck? Oh, here we go. Bye, y'all.